internet connection issues. So welcome back, and this is another week of Tabletop Talk. If you are just tuning in, welcome. I do this every Tuesday, and here with me today is my wellness coach, Chong Su Lee from Look Good Feel Great. And
Hello.
yeah, she basically helps people through their wellness issues, if they have questions, and that's why today's topic is so you don't think you need to detox. And yes, why I invited her down to talk about detox is because she has been telling a lot of people why they need to detox, especially in today's modern lifestyle, the food we eat. So let's jump right in, Sui. Why do we need to detox?
Okay, so imagine yourself a car, right? And
Ferrari or Porsche?
exactly. You know, if your body is valuable, Ferrari and Porsche will be equivalent to that of your body. Now, if you are a car owner, you will be taking your car to the workshop on a regular basis. Why? To clean up the engine, to service it, to put it in oil. You have to service it so that the car will have a longer lifespan and it will go without any problem. Same thing with our body, and our body is even more complex. And imagine you're eating 3 meals a day or more than 3 meals a day, and on top of that all the things that are put into your body, although some come out, but a lot of them stay. So it is important to clean it up on a regular basis, like how you treat your toilet.
But what is it that some nutritionists and some doctors say that there is no need, and detox, all these detox programs are just some new age thing because your body naturally detoxifies itself. That's why we've got the liver, that's why we've got the kidneys. So yeah, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so the body is a fantastic machine. The kidney, the liver, the lungs, the digestive system, our skin are all organs that detox away the toxins. However, with our modern lifestyle, the kind of things we eat nowadays, they are not exactly that pure, they're not exactly that clean. Even the water you are drinking every day, you may think it's clean, you may end up having worms in your body, for example, or parasites, Even cooked meat have parasites. So with the onslaught of stuff that we put in our body and the air that we breathe, plus the stress in our modern lifestyle, the organ that should be doing its work may not be sufficient to function properly in terms of detox. That's the reason why it is important that we help our body to get rid of the toxins that accumulates far faster than in the olden days.
So I suppose also because a lot of processed foods these days
Exactly.
Contain a lot of salt, a lot of preservatives. Not that all preservatives are bad, it's just that we are just eating too much of it, right?
Yes.
So it's a matter of now we're eating too much compared to say 10 years ago,
Yes.
and which is why now there's this whole need to so-called detox. But the recommendation, like servicing your car, you are not supposed to detox every single day. So what's the recommendation?
Okay, so it depends on really your lifestyle. Yeah, so digestive cleanse, as in like moving the toilet, it is recommended that we have a toilet movement every day. Yes. So cleansing of your digestive system, if you do a general mild one once a week is good. A really thorough cleanse to get rid of parasites once every 6 months is good.
I've done that.
Yes. And do you feel good?
Okay, those who have followed me on my blog, you have read through like my whole month's experience with the parasite cleansing, and I must say that I didn't feel like completely a lighter woman, because I think it was only 1 or 2 kilos difference. But what mentally felt good was I saw some parasites in the stool, and because I got rid of them, I felt a lot better because of that.
Exactly.
But throughout the process, there was something called the healing crisis. So can you explain a little bit about that? Because I was trying to explain it in words, and I did read up on this whole healing crisis, and probably if people who do a lot of research on detox and then they read about this, that's probably why they are not going on a detox. So yeah, can you explain a little bit about what this healing crisis is all about?
Okay, so it's like you have to get bad to get better. So during a detox, what could possibly happen is that your body is throwing out a lot of toxins from your tissues, your cells, and where did all these toxins go? They flow in your blood, they flow in your body fluid, and when all of a sudden there is a lot more toxin in your blood than normal, then the body will react to it. So it can be in the form of headache, body aches, pains, underlying fever, underlying conditions that has been suppressed will flare up. Eczema, psoriasis, asthma, all these will come. However, just take note that when they do come out, you can be sure that they are gotten rid of rather than being suppressed. So then, of course, you have to manage during the feeling crisis. But once you are done that, you can be rest assured that they are all gone. It's no longer in your closet, and you can just be free from it.
So a little bit about my experience for those who did not read about my parasite cleanse. I had 2 fevers throughout the whole month. The first one was really, really bad. I think it lasted for almost a week. And as I said, I called Suli, my wellness coach, so I was busy texting her and telling her like I feel so miserable, never felt more miserable in my life. I had really, really bad sore throat. It was so bad that I couldn't swallow properly. So that is how bad a healing crisis can get. And this was after my whole 1 month of eating clean. When I mean eating clean meant that I cut out a lot of processed foods. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how I lost weight through really cutting out on processed foods, eating more vegetables, and so I did all of that. I thought I was feeling really great, and that because I ate so much vegetables, my bowels moved really, really healthily, that I wouldn't have such a horrendous experience. But yeah, interestingly was I did. I had 2 fevers, really bad sore throats. The second one wasn't so bad though. It was the first one that was really, I couldn't get out of bed. Yeah.
But did you feel good after that, right after the whole horrendous event?
Yeah, I think I felt quite good.
Yeah.
In the sense that, as I said, mentally, when you see that you have already gotten rid of the parasites, it's amazing. You would think that in the modern day you are eating home cooked food, everything's cooked. Although I love sashimi, so I would have thought that maybe cross fingers, but it wasn't that much. But the fact that some was rid of felt really, really good.
Yeah, let me share with you my experience. The first time I went through a thorough digestive cleanse, I coughed non-stop for 2 months.
Yeah. So, we're back.
So do we continue?
Yes.
Yeah. So my very first detox, I coughed non-stop for 2 months, and I had to go through 3 rounds of antibiotics cough suppressant, just to take care of the symptoms. But right after that, I felt like a really nicely clean toilet.
I wouldn't want to refer ourselves to as toilets, but yeah. So again, but some doctors will say that it's just a psychological thing. That if you eat enough fiber in your diet, you're naturally going to cleanse out the same way as you would going on what we call a detox program. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, you see, the general population would not have eaten enough fiber. The World Health Organization recommends an average intake of 25 to 30 grams of fiber. In order to get that amount of fiber, you literally have to eat at least 7 portions of fruits and vegetables a day.
So how big is a portion about?
1 portion is about 1/5 size. Okay?
So we need, this is 3.
3, 4, another 3
Another 3 more.
Yeah, which means for breakfast, you probably need to have a portions of fruits, and for lunch, 2 portions of vegetables and a portions of fruits, and dinner, 2 portions of vegetables and a portions of fruits. And that's how you will get 7 portions of fruits and vegetables. Now, how many of you eat that much fruits and vegetables. Hardly. That's the reason why we don't get enough fiber. Yeah? And we know that fiber is the absorbance of toxins. If you eat enough of that, fine. If you drink enough water, fine. You know, and you eat clean, fine. But come on, what is life about then? You know?
Chocolates and potato chips.
Exactly. So if you want to eat that, you want to succumb to your temptations, then we need to help our body to get rid of all these toxins.
I see. So, okay, yeah, I can totally understand how it is very difficult to eat enough fiber, especially for breakfast. I think a lot of people's standard breakfast is bread. They just eat 2 slices of bread, and that's their fiber.
Or chubby hoon.
Chubby hoon got fiber?
No fiber,
No
just
fiber.
chubby hoon. That's the reason why.
That's true. Yeah, so let's talk about, okay, there are many different types of detox program. So say for somebody who thinks that, yes, I don't mind doing a bit of a detox, but I don't want to go full out, like my 30-day parasite cleanse, which may be a little bit too overkill for them. How can they start small?
The first thing you can do is drink enough water. Because water in itself is a form of detox already.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you can drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water, a guideline would be for every kg of your body weight, at least 30 milliliter of water. That means if you're 60 kg body weight, at least 1.8 liter. And we are talking about plain water, not soups, not coffee, not tea, plain water.
Everybody's doing their calculations right now. But to me, I just think that it's okay to drink about 2 liters. That's my gauge, 2 liters a day. I find it very easy to bring a water bottle around. That's what Suli does as well.
Yes.
Bring a water bottle around. Hers is 1 liter, mine is 500 mils because I bring a smaller bag around compared to her. Yeah, so that keeps me up to date of like how many cups or how many liters of water I've drunk in a day. And you add something quite special into your water.
Yes.
Tell our audience what that special thing is.
That special thing is called chlorophyll. Actually, chlorophyll is the green pigments that you can find in all green leaves and vegetables. So this chlorophyll I get is from alfalfa leaves, and it's powder which I add it into water, shake it up, and I drink it throughout the day. What is the benefit? Chlorophyll, the molecule, actually absorbs toxin. So it's like a toxin sinker. They prevent the toxins in the blood from migrating into your body tissue. So it's what we call a blood cleanser.
Okay.
So it cleanses your blood and then it sends oxygen around your body. So this is also another way that you can cleanse very easily.
But if you eat enough green leafy vegetables,
Yes,
wouldn't you?
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Except that in this case, the chlorophyll that is taken from alfalfa leaves. Why alfalfa? Because alfalfa has roots that is very long and it penetrates deep into the deeper part of the soil where all the minerals and nutrients can be absorbed and it goes to the leaves. So when you extract the leaves, the chlorophyll, that's where you can also get a lot of other benefits.
I see. So can you tell our audience how can they go about finding this chlorophyll powder, or I know some of my friends, they take it in pill forms. So where can people get that?
Oh, you know, if you go to general food, the health food stalls like Nature Farm and all these brands, you probably can get. And if you want a specific type of chlorophyll from the alfalfa leaves, which is, you just call me.
Or you can message me.
Yeah. And
either one of us.
Yeah.
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 So I'm also taking that, and I mentioned it about 3 previous videos before. To me, I felt that when I'm in front of the computer and I'm so, in the zone, I call it in the zone, I forget to drink water. Until I go, I'm so thirsty.
Yeah.
But when I started, drinking the chlorophyll water, I do find that I became more thirsty in a way. So I actually drank and managed to hit the 2 liter mark every single day.
Very good.
So to me, that was like really helpful. And a lot of doctors would also tell you that how you know that you're drinking enough water is when you go to the loo and when you pee, the color of your urine should be light.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like almost like very, very
Colourless.
light. Yeah.
Colorless, yeah. And actually, using thirst as an indicator is not accurate because by the
Right.
time you drink when you're thirsty, your body is already dehydrated.
Okay, I'm dehydrated right now.
So am I.
Okay, so no, I'm just kidding. Let's talk a little bit more about, there will definitely be a lot of naysayers who say that, they don't need to detox. Again, as I said, a lot of doctors will say your body naturally detoxifies itself. And yes, I understand there is this argument about, the food that we're eating now is a lot of junk. But, so what else should, as I said, we start small, so you're saying, try out by that little bit, eat more vegetables. Then for those who are really, they are very conscious that they're eating a lot of junk food, but they don't want to see like the huge side effects of a detox or a healing crisis, what else can they do then?
Okay, then the next step up could possibly be looking at a certain kind of laxative tea, which is based on senna leaf. Senna leaf is the key ingredient that causes the laxative effect in a detox tea. So you can consider to drink that tea first because that's the one that will, get rid of it will help to improve the constriction motion of your large intestine and push the rest of the undigested food out.
You were saying that not to take it for too long as well, right?
Yeah, this kind of tea is not recommended for you to take it for every day because then you are promoting your digestive, especially your colon, to be lazy. Because the tea does the job, the colon doesn't have to do anything anymore. So that tea is recommended to, say, you do 7 days of that tea and after that, once a week or once every other week.
Oh, is it like similar to the teas where they call it like boo tea, and I think there's another few brands where it's like a 14-day, they call it a 14-day detox tea?
Could be, yeah.
So it's the same?
Yeah, and if you really look at the ingredient, most likely there will be this ingredient called senna leaves.
So that's SENNA and then leaves.
Leaf.
Okay, so that is a natural herbal remedy for you if you're having constipation or if you want to do a normal detox that doesn't feel too bad.
Exactly.
Basically just helping your digestive system really, really get rid of stuff.
But if you want to do a really good cleanup, then add it together with the parasite cleanse as well as the fiber. Insoluble fiber is necessary for scrubbing the lining of your colon clean. Yeah, because you can imagine that our colon is undulated. So there is a lot of hidden area where undigested food can be stuck there. And imagine how many years you have lived eating 3 meals a day, how much has been piled up. So the insoluble fiber will help to really, it's like a Bristol brush, it's really scrubbing your colon clean.
I was watching this documentary on digestion, and this the host, he was traveling to different cities and different countries to examine their diet. So I found really, really interesting because according to his research, the faster you digest your food, it only goes to show the cleaner your bowels are. So he and this man, I think was from Africa, I can't really remember, each of them downed 1 whole can of corn. Yeah,
Wow.
each of them. And they tested like how long it took for them to pass it out. I mean, corn, you can see it's quite obvious, there are some lumps and the kernels will still stay behind in your stool. So for the host, it took him 24 hours, like 1 whole day, which is actually not too bad. It's considered quite healthy. But for the African man who ate a lot of vegetables in his diet, he passed it out within half an hour.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that's fantastic.
yeah, they're saying that the faster, but of course fast in a reasonable sense, as in you're not having a diarrhea, but they're saying that the faster, it's indicative of how clean your system is because it's very efficient at digesting your food and then passing it out.
Exactly. So actually we would like to reduce the transient time of the undigested food staying in your colon. The shorter the time, the better. Because
Why?
when it stays in your colon too long, it starts to putrefy. And when it putrefy, toxins are being produced. If they are not removed, these toxins will be reabsorbed back into your body.
Okay.
That's the reason why our digestive system is the first line of defense. And if you do a cleanse properly, you will find that your immune system, your immunity would have gone up too.
I think it's also energy levels.
Exactly.
I've read a lot of people's reviews and even close friends. They don't do crazy one whole month detox programs, although I know Suli does that every 6 months, right, or so.
Yes.
But everybody just said that maybe it's psychological, maybe it's not. They all feel a lot more energized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you have toxins flowing in your body cells will then have to deal with the toxins. So the energy is used up to deal with the toxins rather than using it for our, thinking and working and being healthy and feeling good.
It's something about sleeping as well, right? Because sleep is very important for detox, right? So do you think it's also one main reason why more and more of us really need to go on a detox program because we're not getting enough sleep?
Absolutely, that could be one reason as well. And I think the main reason is the kind of food that we are eating now is not as whole and pure as 10, 20, 30 years ago.
Why do you say it's not as whole and pure?
For-
If it still comes from a farm.
Yeah, but for the very reason that we eat a lot more processed food now, because of modern lifestyle, we don't have the time to prepare food from scratch. We buy pre-prepared one like sauces, and then we put it in our food to enhance the flavor, and so there is a lot of processing in our food now. Even if you were to eat whole food like your chicken, your beef, and your vegetable, because of modern agriculture, chicken is no longer pure because
Injections?
Injections, steroid hormones, growth hormones, antibiotics. The modern agriculture is geared towards producing a lot more chicken and increasing the profitability by making chicken grow faster.
Okay.
So even if you think you're buying whole food from the market to cook, they are not exactly that pure anymore.
For more on that, I highly recommend watching the documentary Food Inc. That's INC. They give a lot more insights because the director goes to the farms directly and talks to the farmers to find out the whole full process. So I think that is a lot more interesting for you guys if you want to know more about that, what is going on. And I think you were telling me one time about how even vegetables and fruits are getting less nutrients, or when we eat the fruit, it's no longer as nutritious as it was compared 10 years ago.
Yes.
Can you explain to our audience why that is so?
Okay, so I've read a report a few years ago where they actually table the nutrients content in most of the fresh food, and they discovered that in the last 10 years, the nutrient content of fruits and vegetables have dropped by 60%.
60%.
60.
So you're talking about like vitamin C or all the various vitamins.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
60%.
Yes. So even if you eat clean, you may not get enough nutrient for your body needs anymore.
So that's why we have to eat supplements. And I'm guessing why there is less nutrients in the fruits. Is it because we are plucking them earlier before they fully ripen?
That is a major reason, and also because of mass farming, right? Agriculture, you want efficiency, so the fertilizers they use are just PM and K, but you will find that normal soil, the original soil in its wholeness, contains more than potassium, magnesium, and calcium.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a lot more minerals in as a fertilizer. But then in modern farming, you want efficiency, you want fast, you want everything, you know, and you want to increase profitability. So everything is shortcut. That's the reason why even when you go to the market and you buy your fruits and vegetables and you eat in the correct amount of portions, you are still only eating 40% of the nutrients left.
Ooh, that sounds so sad. Okay, we've got a comment from Ju Chin. Oh, Ju Chin, thank you. She says that she can tell us about the chickens in the farm. Just a little bit about background story. Ju Chin works in, she used to be a vet. Now she works with a lot of farmers. So yes, she knows a lot of chicken farmers and she can definitely tell us about poultry. Hi, Ju Chin. She's in Malaysia. So we do get a lot of chickens and eggs from Malaysia.
From Malaysia, yeah.
Even plant a lot of agriculture from Malaysia. So definitely, Ju Chin, she can tell us more about that. And she herself also, she is promoting supplements because we all are not consuming enough. And even for modern lifestyles, we are not sleeping enough. We are not eating a lot of nutritious food because of our busy lifestyle. We are just eating out. That was something that I also felt that I was struggling to keep the weight down. The 1 month that I was on sabbatical, it was so easy because I prepared everything by myself,
yes.
right? And everything is at
Home-cooked
home.
food.
Yeah, but when I went back to work, that was when it was really tough because I didn't want to eat packed lunch at my desk every single day because I didn't want to be antisocial, right? But then going out and with colleagues to eat, what do you end up eating? Food court or those smaller restaurants, and then it's hard to make all these healthy choices. So I'm sure everyone is struggling with that as well. So I believe in making small changes so that you make it into a habit. And so when you do your detox, if you choose to, it's not that bad, right? So what small changes when you decided to become a wellness coach, what small changes did you do? And I'm sure it has affected your family as well. What are these tips that you can share with our audience?
Okay, so I don't think we can avoid eating out because of our modern lifestyle and because of the work we do. So what I would recommend small changes would be, first of all, make sure that you have enough water, like what we've said just now. Have enough fruits and vegetables, even though we are talking about only 40% of the nutrient left, it's still necessary to eat that amount.
It still has fiber.
Yeah, you still need to eat that, yeah. And then that's where you can look at supplementing the nutrient requirement with good quality supplements. Yeah, omega is an important one, multivitamins, antioxidants, all these are necessary in our body. And antioxidant is a very big word. There are many different chemicals that falls under antioxidants. That's the reason why the World Health Organization recommends eat wide variety of fruits and vegetables from the rainbow. So supplement antioxidants from all classes. And exercise. It's important to exercise because as you're exercising, when you sweat, that is a form of detox as well. Yeah.
Okay, so Ju Chin said that all chickens and eggs, especially in Singapore, are antibiotic free, no steroids, no injections.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's a huge sigh of relief. Chickens nowadays grow faster because it's a different gene. It's got different genes.
So is it GM chicken?
Is it genetically
modified chicken?
And she also said that AVA is very strict on it. This I know AVA is very strict about poultry, about any kind of meat, which is why I had casually asked the butcher once, like, why is it impossible to find organic meat in Singapore? And they said that in order for the organic certification, AVA is very strict, that it needs to follow certain rules, certain regulations before you can get that certification of that it's organic. So it's easier to pass all those rules if it's vegetables, because you can say that, yeah, my farm has no pesticides and blah, 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 blah. But for poultry, and that's very, very difficult.
Right.
But yeah, it's good to know that most chickens, we're talking fresh chickens, right? Has no steroid, no antibiotics. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. But as I said, I've watched Food Inc. and after that, I'm not eating chickens from a certain country. I shall not name which country. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in general, I personally do not eat that much meat myself.
Why not?
Because I think the nutrition that we can get from fruits and vegetables is more wholesome than meat itself.
Okay.
We eat the meat for the protein.
Mm.
So you can get enough protein from plant source actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna introduce Luke one day for Tabletop Talk. He's a vegan athlete, and yes, he writes and vlogs a lot about veganism and how he has changed all the plant protein, changed it to plant protein, and how that has helped his life, and especially his wife, because she had digestive issues with animal protein.
Yep.
That's how she managed to switch over, because she was already having a lot of issues with animal protein. But I love my meat. I like to call myself a meatarian. Yeah, so nobody's gonna keep that away from me for sure. But I've read a lot of both sides of the story. All I can say is eat in moderation, right? Nobody's asking you to. Even they say that the paleo diet is all about meat and potatoes, right? But I feel that if you eat a bulk of vegetables, as you're saying, WHO said 7 portions, right? If you eat that amount of vegetables, I feel you're naturally not want to eat so much of other stuff because you're full, right? And then for those who are trying to lose weight, you will lose weight. Those who are trying to detox, I think you'll naturally detox. That's my opinion about it. Yeah, I will still eat my meat.
Yeah, to each his own. Like Melissa said, moderation is the best.
Yep.
Yeah. So the other form of detox would be first detox your digestive system as a start, right? Then the other organs like your liver and your kidney, it is important to cleanse them on a regular basis as well.
Especially if you drink alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how do you detox your liver?
I know there is a particular program whereby it's quite horrible actually.
Oh, does it involve drinking the Epsom salts thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I have done that.
Yeah,
I have
so
done
now
that.
you can tell your personal experience.
It was not nice. Really, it was not nice. I would go through the parasite cleanse over and over again rather than the liver cleanse thing. Essentially, if you go and read up about this, the liver cleanse involves you drinking Epsom salts, which is a natural diarrhea-inducing salt. And it's very, very bitter, which is why they recommend that you mix it with soft drinks. That's the only time they're telling you to drink soft drinks. And then you take in olive oil as well as lemon juice. So what it does is that it's supposed to cause your liver and your bile duct to create a lot of bile, and it forces all the stones to come out. And then you'll see them in little lumps here and there. So I went through it. They recommend that you do it where you are going to be home the whole entire day, because you will be running to the toilet every hour or so.
Is it just one day? I remember it's a 3-day thing.
No, it's one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one day.
Well, I think that there's an easier way I would recommend. There is a particular tea called the Native Legend tea, which is based on different types of herbs. For example, the roots, sheep sorrel, and they are actually excellent for cleansing the liver. Also, red clover. Clover is a herb that is also excellent in cleansing the liver. And
again, sorry to interrupt, but again, there will be naysayers who say, but the liver is the biggest detoxifying agent. If you treat it well, that means you don't drink alcohol, or if you have enough vitamin C, it will naturally be healthy and you don't need to detox it.
Of course, the naysayer will say that, and it is, the liver is the main organ for detox. But again, like I said, you know, with modern diets and everything, especially if you're on medication for long term, the liver is under a lot of pressure.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a medication thing. I totally agree with you on that because there has been research done on certain types of medication that stays in your liver
Yes.
years after you've taken it.
Yes, yes.
So that's my reason why when I have a headache, I tend to either sleep it off, and only when it gets really, really bad, then I take a pill.
Actually, all medications are being detox in the liver. All medication. The question is the byproduct of the medication after it has been detoxed. Some of the medication, the byproduct stays in the liver longer. For example, steroids. Yeah, they stay in the liver longer. So yes, liver is the natural organ for detox, but if you're taking a long-term medication program, then that's where the liver is just removing the medicine rather than removing other toxins that's generated by the body. That's the reason why it is important to help our body organs.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So just a quick recap before we're going to end off the interview. Basically, eat more vegetables, take some supplements because we're not getting enough nutrients. If you want to start off easy, you can take the senna leaf tea. If you want to do something a bit more serious, then you might want to consider doing the 30-day program, which Suli mentioned about, which involves eating a lot of fiber, number one, so that it helps to move your bowels. Number two, I think it involves the senna leaves as well, so that you make sure that you get rid of the fiber and all the dirt that you take in, and then the parasite cleanse as well. These are all natural herbs and natural fibers, so I reckon if you want to do it in stages, you can. Right, that is what I chose to do. I was stubborn. I told her no, I just wanted to do the parasite cleanse because that was the part that was scary to me. As I said, I love sashimi, so I eat a lot of raw food. So to me, it's like, yeah, chances of worms, quite high. So yeah, that was just my experience. Yeah, but some other people, they say that, you know, they do the juice fast thing. Does that really work?
Yeah, it does. Because when you juice fast, you are in a way not eating a lot of stuff. Yeah. But the juice will give the body the nutrients and the energy. And when the body doesn't have to work on digesting food, it's in a way resting. So then you don't need a lot of food. So juice fasting, the nutrients from the juice will be sufficient to give the body the nutrient it needs.
Okay, I've asked a certified nutritionist this before. I asked her about the juice detox cleanse whole thing because I always want an expert opinion on it as well. When I mean expert means medical, you know, trained, kind of scientific. And she said that it's not bad because again, you have, as Suli said, you have the nutrients that you need for the day, but she does not recommend doing it for more than 3 days. Yeah, so just take note of it. If you want to go on a juice diet or juice fast, 3 days. That's the recommended maximum. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree because it's good to fast, but it's no good to fast it for too long because otherwise your body will go into a what we call conservation mode. And it's not very good to be in the conservation mode.
Yeah, I read an article as to why a lot of people after you know that reality TV Biggest Loser? Yeah, a lot of them or almost all of them after the show, they put back all the weight.
Yeah,
and the metabolism dropped.
And it's even more dangerous.
Yeah.
It's even more dangerous. So actually for people who want to lose weight, detox is the first thing you need to do. Why is the weight put on? Because of the toxins in our body will build the fats to protect itself. So if you are able to detox, your body will let go of the fats. and you will find that your fats are melting away.
Hey, sounds good, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to know more about, or you want to know more about the 30-day program, you want to know a little bit more about Detox, you've got more questions about it that we didn't cover in today's show, just send either me a message or you can look for Suli under Look Good Feel Great.
Always.
Always, yes, Look Good Feel Great always. She runs a program where she will first take your weight, your height, she will measure your fats, and both kind of fats. That means the ones that are lining your organs as well as the visceral plus the what fats?
Subcutaneous.
Yeah. So she will measure that for you before coming up with recommendations. So if you want such a program, you're interested to learn more, look for Suli, or you can always message down below in the comments, and I will reply to you after this show, so you'll know how to contact each other about it. So yeah, follow Wellness Insider as well, because we will have more and more topics such as this, and yeah, please follow us if you like more of such programs, and stay tuned to next week. We might have another interesting guest. So thank you for joining us, and bye.
Thanks, bye-bye.